In the year 2014, a new squad of operatives was chosen by the College of Illusion. These fools promptly went on to frustrate their DM at every opportunity. Today, still working together, because really, who else would work with them? They survive as adventurers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the Second Breakfast Club.
Tony Kinney as Eddie Falzone.
Jess Owen as Adira Glow.
Michael Cole as Uorag.
Jesse Wicks as Bill Quiverlance.
Nico Rodriguez as your DM.
Welcome back to the continuing tales of A Fool's Quest.
When last we left our fools, they were interviewing some people, then they talked to the dean, then they interviewed some more, then they talked to other people, and then they talked to some guards, and then they left Petey in the room where he was confined after threatening him.
Yeah.
They sent Verbal down to go view some bodies, and they sent Bert to the city prison because he's a part of the Thieves Guild, not a man of the cloth, as it turns out. Then they went over to Larry Birdman's house, found out some information there, and now they are on their way to go check out the escape boat that was to be used, or where the magic items were found.
To the boat.
So to the boat. So
Does Justice League noise.
our heroes head west to the western docks, and then they head along the shoreline down south about a half mile, and they find a boat
jellyfish
with an empty crate and a jellyfish that says, "Fuck you, dummy."
I should have killed that thing.
Spread it on some toast. Jellyfish.
It's like fish sticks and waffles, you know, jellyfish and toast.
Jellyfish and
Peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich.
Jellyfish and peanut butter.
Crate's empty.
Crate is empty.
Boat's still here.
Cool. Is there a name on the boat?
Mm-hmm.
What's
Oh,
Yeah, what's the name of the boat?
yeah, Uorag, just ask it.
Ask the boat its name.
Whose boat is it? we can verify whether or not this belongs to that Heaven Spacey guy. Do we have a description for it? We have a description for Heaven Spacey now.
Not really.
He's got the magic armor.
We got the finished armor.
Yeah.
That's not much of a description, I'm realizing.
That's about all we got.
Yeah.
We probably should have gotten a better
Lightweight
description of Kevin Spacey. Or Heaven Spacey. That's what I said. That's what I said the first time, for sure.
Heaven Space.
Should have talked to Boomer a little more, maybe. It's fine. We'll track him down.
We'll go back and talk to
Is
him.
your name Heaven? It is? All right, you're the guy. Probably. Come on, you're coming with us. Finish armor. I think that's all we had.
So,
That's all I have.
go up to the boat, knock on it a little bit. Anybody home?
Yes, I'm home.
Pardon our intrusion. I don't mean to disturb your rest. Has anyone been using you lately?
Sorry, my mouth is on the bottom in the water. Yes, someone has used me lately.
Gurgle, gurgle.
How often do they come around? Pretty recent?
Lately, only a couple times. One guy got in and opened the chest. Blip, blip, blip. One guy came in and put in the chest. Blip, blip. They both left.
So I will relay that to the gang.
All right, so that'd be the culprit, right?
So one guy brought the crate and then
Boomer.
Boomer lifted everything out of it.
What's the boat's name?
They want to know your name. Flip-flaps, that's kind of them. Blah, blah. My name is Beavis.
Beavis the boat.
Very nice to meet you, Beavis. The pleasure is mine.
Beavis the boat.
Do you need any TP?
Does he have a description of who dropped it off?
They had a bunghole. No, I'm sorry. Their name
The,
was Julio.
The fellow that dropped off the crate originally, would you know what he looked like?
They wore a cloak, but they were very pale, and they had a very long nose, and they were tall for a human.
Could be a drow.
Except they're pale. Very pale.
The vampire!
And they have a long nose. Aarakocra. Tall for a human. Were they a human?
Could be Larry. Or Harvey. How tall is Harvey?
They're both pretty tall. Did you ask the boat what race they were?
No.
Were they human?
Blah, blah. Yes.
Alright, so it's not an Aarakocra.
Tall for a human, pale, pointy nose, cloak.
Thin armor. Okay. That's what we're working with so far.
Which, that does kind of match the description of one verbal Beauregard.
Didn't use enough pressure there, Eddie.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, Verbal's still in the room there.
No, he's not.
Nope.
He's with the guys investigating.
Oh, that's right.
He went to look at the bodies.
He went to look at the bodies.
And he had a sock in his mouth.
But
Yeah.
but if it were verbal, then the sock in the mouth wouldn't stop him from casting.
Yeah.
He can only.
He can only cast verbal.
But if the guy who... you're saying if it was verbal that loaded it. Now, okay, I'm thinking... I was thinking of the Warlock.
The Evoker.
Oh, unless
Heaven.
Verbal is the warlock. And
That's what I was
and
saying.
It's just a ruse.
Or disguise.
I think Verbal was lying about some stuff, though.
Go talk to him.
As part of our scholastic training, did they teach us anything about warlocks and how to discern warlocks?
The only really kind of advanced training that they had for that was specifically around Bill and Eddie, and it was how to determine multiple classes of magic being cast by the same person.
So where to? Back to talk to Verbal again?
I think it's back to talk to Verbal again, but we'll have to catch up with him wherever the morgue or whatever.
Yeah, you know where the morgue is.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go catch up with him there.
Probably
He might be
wouldn't
shook
be a
up.
bad idea to let the guards know to watch that boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you head toward the morgue and you let the guards know. I assume, go back to the southern docks first and talk to the guards, and then.
Yeah, keep an eye on that boat. Maybe don't let anyone leave on it.
Okay. Yep.
Keep tabs on anyone who messes with it at all. But
Don't let anybody take off with Beavis.
All right.
It's the boat.
So you go do that, and then you head to the morgue.
The morgue.
And as you walk into the morgue, you find the place is eerily quiet. and empty, and you don't really see or hear anyone around. You would have expected to see at least a few guards, verbal, maybe a couple medical practitioners,
A receptionist.
a coroner,
Somebody?
receptionist.
Are there any spirits of wood and stone?
Hello? Just gonna shout hello.
So you're in like the front area, and nobody responds, but you could walk back through the double doors into the actual, where they keep the
Exam room?
bodies.
Yeah.
In the cold room.
Head back there.
Gonna cast invisibility on Adira, and then I'll go hold the door open for her.
Okay. Just like a gentleman.
Yeah, that way she shouldn't have to open the door invisible and
Right.
let
Yeah,
people
makes
know
sense.
she's there.
All right. So you go in there, and you find 6 bodies on tables. I guess I should have made you roll for that spell.
Yeah, I just rolled it. I got a 10
Oh, a 10? Okay, cool.
on the dice.
You find 6 bodies on tables, all covered up in cloth.
Gonna go start tugging the cloths down a little bit just to see the heads, faces.
All right.
Check
So-
the toe tags.
You definitely see the first people that are there are the victims from the fire. Yep. So you see the 4 that were mentioned, that were confirmed there. And the last 2, one is the coroner themselves, and one is one of the guards.
One of the guards that went with verbal.
Yep.
Where's Verbal?
Real quick. Gonna do a little look around, see, is it? Yeah. No, I'm not. That's 2.
A 2.
Yep.
All right. So, unfortunately,
Should I roll that again?
Eddie. Yeah, do roll it again.
Okay, it's 10 that time.
Fortunately, Eddie, while you all kind of take different spots and go look at the bodies, right? You pull up the body of the artificer that had the acid spray all over them, and the body's just disgusting. The smell is bad, everything is bad, and you just vomit all over. Everything you just ate just about an hour and a half ago, you vomit it everywhere.
Fish sticks and waffles.
Oh, yeah. And there's like a whole half of a fish stick still in there. You were so hungry you swallowed the whole thing.
I don't chew. I eat like a duck.
This is absolutely gross.
And yeah, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Now that he's vomiting, I'm leaving the room. Just, ew. Leaving.
I'm going to pace around the room, taking into, just kind of absorbing the general vibe of the place. And after a minute or two, I'll try a communion of whispers. Whenever I spend time in a place, making note of its resident spirits and calling on the spirits of the land, could be granted a vision of significance to me, my allies, and the spirits around me.
Okay. That's cool.
That's the thing you did in Guillermo's Gambit.
Yeah. 13.
Jesus. All right. So the spirit of the guard appears before you, and he's still in his uniform, and he says, "Man, you were so wrong, man. You told us to put a sock in that dude's mouth, and I put my sock in his mouth, and he was not pleased by the time we got here."
What happened?
Oh, well, we pulled off one of the, cloths there, and Verbal had been very calm as we were coming down, and we asked him if that was, someone that he knew, and his hands were cuffed behind his back, right? And so he couldn't write, and you said to put the sock in his mouth, right? So I had to either pull the sock out of his mouth or uncuff him. But I uncuffed him because I thought, he's verbal and I don't want him to cast a spell on me. That was what I thought while I was alive. And that was a bad call, man. So I uncuffed his hand and I didn't think about it, but he just grabbed the sock out of his mouth with his free hands. And then he cast something called Hellfire on me. And while I was burning, he was like laughing and he said, I'll never forget it. Maybe I will, I'm dead. He said, the greatest illusion that Loki ever played was convincing the world he didn't exist. And then everything went black. Oh, there was one other thing. The coroner told me this, though, when he died. He said it was weird, but the verbal guy pulled something out of the inside of the girl that had the double-edged sword. There was something magical stuffed in her. I'm assuming that was the scroll.
Oh.
How long ago was this?
Oh, man, I don't know. When you're dead, time is fleeting, man.
It couldn't be too long ago.
Yeah, they just.
Are they warm? Feel the bodies.
Yeah.
Well, Hellfire.
Yeah.
He's still smoldering. Don't touch that one.
Thank you for your help. I'm so sorry that you're dead.
Well, it's a little bit your fault, so I accept your apology. Like, no grudges in the afterlife.
We had no idea how strong he was.
Yeah, dude.
You did let him take the sock out. We told you to gag him. I mean...
Well, that was
So that's a little bit on you.
We're all a little bit to blame here.
Okay. Well, if we're done pointing fingers, we should track him down. He can't be gone far.
I'm gonna point fingers at you guys for a long time.
How about you point which direction Verbal went? We'll get your vengeance.
Oh, man. Let's see if he knows. I'm gonna say... Oh, man, that's a 5 that I rolled. I'm very sorry.
I was dead. I didn't see.
Look, man, once the coroner died, we just kind of sat around for a little bit on a cloud, like getting high. And then you called me back out of the cloud, and I saw it was you, and I was like, you know what, these dudes aren't very cool.
It's fair.
All right.
Meanwhile, Eddie's just desecrating his grave by vomiting.
So we'll go gather up Eddie and head out.
All right.
Are there any other buildings nearby?
There are a bunch of buildings nearby. You're near the center of the city again.
It's pretty busy hub then.
Yeah, this is the busiest part of the city.
Okay. Is there anything that seems like shop or anywhere that might have a good view of the entrance exit to this building and has people in it?
No, because this is the basement of the hospital.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
I'm still invisible, so I can go anywhere as long as somebody opens the door.
Well, we know what Verbal looks like.
What he used to look like. Can he change that? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing the armor, so he must be able to disguise somewhat, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Uorag, do you think a bird's eye view might help?
I can try.
Also, the only person that told you about the armor was Verbal.
Oh,
That's true.
I would like to point that out.
Oh no!
Okay, I'm flying in left-hand circles.
All right, so Uorag turns into a bird, but he...
never
It's a
works.
3.
Was it really?
3, 4, 5, 6. So should I re-roll that too?
No, that's
2 and a
fine.
1?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll just do the 1. But yeah, you turn into a bird and then you start squawking around, flying around the coroner's office. Can't get out.
Oh, fuck, not this again.
You can't talk.
You're a big bird because you can't be a small anything. So
Your antlers get stuck in the chandelier.
All right, well, I don't even try to fly. I just kind of walk around like a giant chicken.
You should.
You turn into a peacock
I get the leash
without
out.
the tail.
I run away from her.
Make sure the city gets locked down so he can't get out, though, right?
Yeah, let's, I mean, so the only way out of the city essentially is by boat, right? It's on an island.
Yeah.
Right?
that you know of, he had a bunch of magic items.
That's true. We had a bunch
Unless
of
he's...
But he was loading a boat.
He loaded a boat with like the useless items, like the thaumaturgy, lawmaturgy.
That's true.
There was a literal red herring in there too.
Yeah, of course. It makes the person who activates it very confused. They think it's a cooler magic item than what it really is.
I have a scroll of detect magic. A scroll of spare the dying.
We were a little late for that.
That's it.
I think he got away, guys.
I think he might have got away.
Seems like.
But you know what he looks like and who
We know
he
what
is
he
now.
looks like. I think we gotta go let the dean know that crafty son of a gun got away.
Let's not mention that it was our idea to send him over.
It wasn't.
Yeah, right. That was my idea.
It was none of our idea.
Man, it was, he's really got to train his guards better.
Yeah.
Didn't
don't know
you
how-
learn detect magic?
So I have it originally, but only for illusion magic specifically. But then I have the scroll for detect magic, like actual detect magic. But I haven't learned that yet because I've learned Blink and Zephyr's
And he can do
Potential
wild magic
exploding
surges.
and Cure Wounds.
Well, we're trying to get a lead on the scroll of infinite illusion.
I can cast that. That's a cantrip. I would cast detect magic for illusion specifically. You know what? I'm going to a place of power. I'm going back to the Second Breakfast Club house. And I am going to put together a ritual that will cover the entire city and let me detect if there's a strong, strong source of infinite illusion magic.
Ooh.
That's what I'm going to do. Thank you, Uorag.
Squawk.
I'm going to go back to my place of power there and put together this ritual, you know, with like a compass and a map. But it's not even like a real map. It's like one of those pamphlets from a zoo that's got the zoo map on it, you know.
It's like a player map.
It's like a zoo map, but just like a brochure, you know. And I don't know what else.
I'm
Detect a magnifying glass on one of the points, and a smoke alarm. And I'm going to lay it out in the shape of a compass rose, and then we're doing this ritual to detect which direction and how far that scroll is from me.
I am going to say that this is a very powerful spell, and you're trying to do it real fast, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you an option. Either it's going to take a long time to do this spell, but you don't risk losing anything. Your friends are going to have to run out and get you little reagents to use for it, like something old, something new, something
Blue.
yeah, right? They gotta have to run out and get stuff that you don't own to fulfill this, or you have to risk your Siri unit and have Siri power the spell as the arcane focus.
Times of the essence. I think we're gonna use Siri.
If you get, I'm gonna say, I'm going to say if you get 7 through 9, Siri can only be used once a day from then on. If you get 6 or under, it just breaks.
Siri's broke. Intelligence roll?
Intelligence roll.
9.
9.
Siri once a day.
Yep. So Siri, you begin casting the spell. You go to your place of power.
Bless you.
Adira dies. You go to your place of power, and you start casting the spell. You start ripping things off the wall. You grab a big map, and you lay it out on the you push all 4 desks together, because remember, you all had your own, desks. You push them all together, lay out this map, grab all these tools, you start doing it. Everybody's watching you do this. You grab Siri, you put it under the tables. It's powering the thing, and it turns into this big map where you can pinpoint a couple items.
All systems active. Scanning.
And you see some pretty strong glowing illusion items that are out there that you are pretty familiar. Like, hey, this one's in near the dean's office. This one is, over where the Bells live, right? So you can kind of get an idea. But you find one.
Target locked.
On the far east side of the island. The strongest light. And there shouldn't be... It doesn't make sense that it's there.
To the east.
And while these fools chase after that warlock, we are going to take a quick break.
Get ready for adventure with NPR's only actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast. KOSU brings you Red Dirt D&D, featuring the world's greatest role-playing game, including music and sound effects like a classic radio show. Join our seasoned Red Dirt D&D players as they take you on a thrilling adventure through the world of Dungeons & Dragons. Catch new episodes every Wednesday on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as KOSU.org, or listen wherever you get your podcasts.
And now let's get back to the fun.
All right, we gotta hurry that way.
Okay.
He's all the way at the beach, basically on the east side.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
But he's not moving. It's not blipping.
All right, let's rush over there.
Did we ever get the thaumaturgy?
The thaumaturgy. I think it got recovered when Boomer got arrested.
It did get recovered, but you didn't get it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, let's rush over to the east side, guys. I'm picking something up over there. I don't know if it's a scroll, but it's the best bet.
Okay. So,
as we're running, we're going to find the first group of people on horseback that we can find and show them our illusory badges and go, we need to confiscate these. We're pushing off their horses and ride off.
We're commandeering your vehicle.
Okay.
We'll also grab as many underclassmen as we can. Tell the dean meet us on the east side of the island.
Okay.
Bring reinforcements.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Uorag gets on a horse, turns into a horse.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No.
Only from the waist up. He's like a reverse centaur.
All right. So you guys go rushing off.
They call me Bojack.
you definitely get to the island. You get to where the blip is. This is your home, right? It has been for years. So you guys know where you're going. This is your town. And you rush right over to the eastern part, right where you know this place is. It's this little alcove that's there. And you see what looks to be a woman in a nice evening dress, sitting out at the beach, getting a boat ready to go out on the water.
Dispel.
Yeah, dispel.
All right, so you dispel, and it is verbal. And he turns and looks at you, and he's like, what are you doing here?
Hypnotic pattern. Just kidding.
Shit.
I have it prepared. You think you know what we're doing here, Verbal? Hand it over.
Adira is still invisible.
Yes.
Adira's still invisible.
We have a home.
I have a Hydra.
You have a Hydra? All right, are you turning into a Hydra?
Yes.
All right.
Yep. Got a 9.
You guys are just going full combat mode
Got a
now.
9.
You're just fucking wrecking it. 9? All right, so you get one move as a Hydra. So I'll let you attack, same turn, or you can save the move.
I'll go ahead and attack this turn.
All right.
I'm not going to attack him. I'm going to attack the boat.
Hmm.
So,
Very cool.
7.
7?
For the boat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you hit the boat. Yeah. Is that how much damage you do to it?
No.
Or is that for your hack and slash?
That was just for the hack and slash.
Yeah, it doesn't get an attack back at you, so.
Is it just one attack with a Hydra? Or is
yeah, unless you use a move.
Okay. So
4 damage. I mean, for a one-person boat, that I feel like that's enough to sink it.
I'm just trying to punch holes in it, and it's not going to be seaworthy.
I mean, so we can just your heads all reach down and start ripping it into shreds. Yeah. Destroy it so we can make it look epic while you're doing it.
Yep. Cool.
Oh my God! You killed Beavis.
No.
That's a different boat.
Different boat.
This is Butthead.
I like that boat.
Beavis is fine.
This is Butthead.
Besides, it's the spirit. It's probably fine. It's just that's how they reproduce. There's a whole bunch of it.
Now it's Plank.
And Plank, and Plank, and Plank.
All right, so you turn into that, and he's going to immediately throw up a spell of mage armor on himself.
Okay.
That's cute.
All right, who wants to go after the warlock?
I would like to go.
All right.
I would like to play a song. Stump. Just you wait. Just you wait. Until Adira gets here. Just you wait. Just you wait. Until Adira gets here. She's gonna smash the shit out of you. I like my song.
I love that song.
Roll for my encouragement. 10.
Well, okay.
So 2d4 damage. Or no, wait, 4d4 damage because I can double one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Have 4d4 damage, please.
Warlocks are kind of squishy, too.
Oh, that's great.
But he's got mage armor.
Adira's still invisible.
Yeah, do I get a bonus for that, being invisible? It's been a while.
No, I think they just don't see you or get to hit you, right?
Yeah, they don't get to hit you back on the first.
They don't get to hit you back. So if you roll a 7 through 9, they don't do anything to you.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Minor Illusion of another Bill on the other side of me.
Now that Valley's not here to do it.
Yeah, since Valley's not here.
Oh, who's gonna plink at him with the crossbow?
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
And that leaves us with Adira.
Yeah.
The heavy hitter.
I'm gonna cast that, and then I'm gonna look at the real Bill, and I'm gonna look at the fake Bill, and I'm gonna look at Uorag the Hydra smashing the boat, and I'm gonna say, Adira, it's time to glow.
I can't glow yet.
You can get ready.
I can, but I'm not gonna pop out of my invisibility. I'm gonna fucking hit him first.
Yeah. She can glow for free if she gets hit, but if she chooses to glow, that's an action, so she wouldn't get to attack.
Yeah.
But noted.
Mighty backhand.
Mm-hmm.
So oh shit, he's got mage armor on.
This is not gonna do much.
So he's got a couple points of armor, dude.
It's not 4d4 worth of mage armor.
It's 3.
Yeah,
If
so
he
while
breaks your
they're
max damage, we're fucked.
doing all their shit, I'm running full tilt at him.
Critical
10 to hit with my normal dragon tooth axe.
Yep, that hits.
4. Holy moly. 14 points of damage. Hold on, do I add anything else? Let me make sure. A D8 too? No, D10. I already got that.
Yeah.
And the 44. Okay, yeah, 14 points of damage. So running straight at him and just swing that bitch right, like uppercut to the chin.
Poor Furbolg.
And then as I do that, yell, "Time to glow."
Well, that hurt.
Sorry?
Verbal is... Man. He's gonna take this pipe out of his possession, or out of his, it was like holstered. He's gonna take this pipe out with one hand, and he is going to chuck it at one of the bills. Bill, high or low?
High.
High it is. The rod goes whizzing right through one of the bills, and it poofs to nothing. With his other hand, he's going to cast Hellfire on the Hydra that's attacking the boat. And because he tried casting it behind him, and I rolled a 3, it explodes in the water, and Butthead the boat just even blows up into more shards of splinters everywhere. And that was the 2 actions that I get this turn. I think that takes us back over to Uorag's turn.
I think so.
Yeah.
Chompy, chompy. 9 to hit.
9's a hit, but he'll get to hit you back.
7 damage.
All right, so 7 damage, and as you're coming up to hit him, he does draw out that. It's like a really long dagger or a really short sword, like a little in between there, right? But he draws it out, kind of like Sting almost, and swipes at you and slashes at you for 3 points of damage.
That's not a knife.
There's a knife.
That tickled.
How much damage did you say? 7? All right. That's gonna take us over to Bill, I believe.
I'm just gonna continue playing the same song and just be like, "Oh, we thought that one was bad. Wait till you see the next one."
Second verse, same as the first.
Oh, it's a 10 again.
It's a 10 again.
That's wonderful. I'm gonna remake Bill, but on the other side of Bill. 9. So I will forget the spell after that.
Okay. I don't think we need too many more rounds anyway.
I'm hoping.
Adira.
Oh yeah, my next move would have been to go into a rage, so nothing yet.
Oh, okay. So you rage?
Yep.
Sweet. So he summons that rod back to his hand, and this time he chucks it at Adira, but like tries to throw it in a way that it would like hit you in the chest. And as he throws it, he clicks this button. Yes. And it hits you, Adira. And it hits you so hard. And it takes you down to the ground and activates into an immovable rod, pinning you to the ground.
Fucking Shamas. Sorry.
And with the other hand, he casts Hellfire at Bill. High or low?
High.
Fucking Christ. He keeps spinning in circles fighting all of you guys that have surrounded him, and he keeps getting confused on which Bill is the real Bill. And so he casts Hellfire and fake Bill into nothingness.
Okay. Is he on a dock or is he like on the shore?
He's on the shore.
He's on the shore. All right. All right, so just rear up and do a big stompy, chompy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. 12.
That hits.
Oh, max damage. 9.
Oh my god. All right.
Do I recognize immovable rods? Is that something I'm familiar with? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna ride over, drop off the horse, and click the button.
Okay. All right. So you like do a bardic roll.
I'm just riding, dropping down, clicking the button, grab it. Ooh, mine. Stick it in my pocket.
All right.
This is mine now.
I'm gonna make Bill invisible.
Okay.
That's a 10 for the spellcast.
So you run up and touch Bill?
Yep.
All right. And so, Adira, you see Bill grab the immovable rod off your chest and then go invisible.
So I'm free to roam again?
You are free.
Free to whop the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And you got an extra 4d4 for Bill.
Yeah, except I'm not gonna...
And the rage.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. I forgot to do damage.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, 7 points of damage from that immovable rod.
No, I don't think so. I'm not the only one looking, guys.
I had to do some damage from the warlock.
Oh, sorry. 8 to hit.
8's a hit, but he gets to hit you back.
Yeah, that's okay.
Which hits harder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
God, I hope so.
13 points of damage on that one.
So that'll do it, but he does 8 points of damage back to you.
So I'm going to run at him again, slide, and slice it at his ankles.
Oh, yeah. He sliced clean through his ankles. But as you're running, he slashes down and slices up your shoulder and chest for 8 points of damage. But he goes down and just blood splats out everywhere as he hits the ground, and his ankles aren't on him anymore. And he goes into shock and bleeds out.
Got my shins shot off in the war.
And you guys killed the warlock. Yeah. All right. So
where's the scroll?
The scroll. He does have the scroll on him. It's in his pack, as well as a few other magic items that belong.
I have it at last.
Just kidding.
That belong to the school.
Yeah, we didn't find an immovable rod, though. That's a bummer. They were missing one of those probably, too. But what can you do?
I need help. I can't find me.
I'm going to dismiss that spell.
I can't see what I look like.
Oh my God, I'm still beautiful.
What are you talking about? You've been there the whole time.
You listen here, you son of a bitch. You learn all the schools of magic you want, but you don't steal my fucking gifts.
Just as you say that, the dean shows up. Cast how many schools? No,
Dispel.
No, but
all of them, I think.
You do see him coming with an entourage of
underclassmen,
and even you see him with the Potters. Potters have joined as well, coming to help.
No bells. No bells.
No bells. No, they're on the far side of the island anyway. They might be on their way, but it's going to take them longer to get here.
They're always late.
Yeah. They were reuniting with Ellie.
Yeah. And so he's coming. He's like, What happened?
We caught the warlock.
That's fantastic.
I killed him, though.
Are any of you hurt?
A little bit.
A little
Use
bit?
some attention.
No, she's not.
Uorag could use some attention too, probably, maybe.
Good.
No? Not even a scrape?
Oh, no, not even a scratch for
Adira,
him.
I think.
It tickled.
Adira is not hurt. You guys are crazy. That's
My arm is hanging by a thread here. Come on.
That's
Your arm's off. It's just a flesh wound.
After the 7 points of healing, I don't think it is.
Not quite enough.
Not quite.
Off by 1, I think.
6, actually.
Off by 6. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I hit
you hit me twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were
dramatic.
You were pretty tore up.
He says,
it's hanging by a
"Whoa,
thread."
This is good news. Thank God we had some good news. You found the scroll?
Yes,
we did.
Thank you. All right. Let's bring it back. While we're going back, I need to debrief you on something I've just found out.
Let's go.
So as he's walking, he tells you, I was talking to the council and we were discussing Valley when one of our high illusionists came back in and she told us that shit has hit the proverbial fan.
Uh-oh.
The Evocation Nation has launched a full assault against the Abjuration Nation. The capital of the Abjuration Nation has fallen. And it sounds like the Evokers have not only taken the capital, but also have the infinite page of Abjuration.
Well.
Also, reports have come back in that explosions have rocked 3 of the major divination cities, including their capital. Their infinite page is assumed to be buried in the rubble. It was a timed assault, it sounds like. A coordinated attack.
And it was coordinated with our little problem with the page here, too?
I don't know if it's just correlation or bad timing or if they are coordinated, but possibly.
Have you ever heard of Magnus Devlin?
No.
No. Well, we found this is something I forgot to bring up during the debriefing, but we found a sort of coded message about a Magnus Devlin who was some sort of assassin for the Evokers. Kind of a boogeyman, but supposedly had the Abjuration Nation in his sights, and well, here we are. So it seems like maybe not such a boogeyman and just a bastard.
I know most of the high evokers and the senior leadership of that nation. I mean, we had plenty of dealings with them before recent. Oh, the healers came from the Evocation Nation. I've never heard of Magnus Devlin.
Maybe he operates independently.
How certain are we that it was the Evocation Nation that launched the attack?
Just reports back from Abjurers that survived the chaos.
Well, I'm just curious because this warlock here also blamed the Evocation Nation.
Yeah. And
I think it would take an army of evokers to take down the Abjuration Nation. That's the most defended nation in the world.
Well, that's true, but an army of warlocks might do it too.
You think there's enough numbers in the warlock? Among warlocks to have an army?
Nah, that I don't think.
Speculation.
My
Maybe
thought
not, it
is,
just seems a little odd.
so the enchanters are the ones who told us about this Magnus Devlin. We actually had them decipher that letter that we'd found. But they can enchant items to mimic evocation spells.
There's a third event that has taken place. The conjurers apparently have raised armies of thousands of conjured troops, and they've amassed at the border of the Transmutation Nation. We have not confirmed any attacks yet, but the armies are enough to take the southern half of the Transmutation Nation, including the Dairy Coast.
We'd better be ready for war. We've got the Abjurers on our borders. Are refugees trying to come through or anything like that?
I don't know yet.
I think that we could use all the defensive help we can get, and if we get Abjuration refugees, that's more for our side, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I've got High Illusionist Kirby and her clique, and then I've got High Illusionist Devon and his clique. So I think we should split those cliques into 3 different traveling groups to go assess damages and see what we can find out or see how we can help. We would need one to go to the Abjuration Nation and see what damage has been done and see if we can help them retake any part of their land back. We need one to go to the Divination Nation, maybe to help find their infinite page. And then one to go either to the Transmutation Nation or to the Conjuration Nation to figure out what's going on at their border and see if we can defuse that situation. I will say, you're the newest. I would rather assign you to whatever territory you think is most comfortable. The other 2 are going to be well practiced, and they're easier to take on those other tasks, the harder tasks, whatever you're less comfortable with.
What do you guys think?
How about this? You guys just got back home from a long, arduous trip, and I hate asking you to go back out again this soon. But take some time, go see your friends, family. I'm sure you want to see your family, Adira. Take 24 hours, get rested up, and then come back to me with what decision you've made.
Deal. I could use a visit to my old granddad. Because it's whiskey. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, Dean.
I can't tell you how happy I am that you recovered the infinite page of illusion. It sounds like the other nations have lost theirs.
I'm going to dispel magic on him real quick.
He's him.
All right. Then
I mean, some of the, niceness, he had, a couple pins on his outfit and stuff.
He's a little rumpled.
Yeah. His,
mustard stain on his tie.
A bald spot appears.
He's like, stop it.
Lazy eye.
His Chucks turned into New Balance.
All right, I'm going to hand the page over to him then. And whatever other odds and ends we got off of verbal there, other than the immovable rod, because we didn't get one of those off of him.
I don't know what you're suggesting.
No, I'm saying there's nothing to suggest. We didn't get one of those.
So, where do we want to head off to? If we go with the Divination Nation, we can maybe reconnect with the Frasers.
Yep.
If we head off to the Abjuration Nation, we're walking into a hotbed, but we could also take Valley with us and help her if she's got an inside.
Yeah, we could maybe meet up,
sister.
Connect with her sister, who is an abjurer.
And she'd probably want to make sure that she's okay.
Yep.
Or we could return to the Dairy Coast.
Transmutation
Nation.
Well, I think. Well, I'm going to wait till we're in private, obviously, to have a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
But I was going to say, Eddie, I think it's worth thinking about the fact that who do you think will have things that maybe you could learn that would be the most useful in preparing ourselves for this war coming up is also a consideration to make.
I think abjuration might be our best bet at this time. First off, because as Uorag points out, Valley has a connection there, family connection. That's a pretty strong tie. We could maybe bring Valley and get some inroads that way.
Isn't her sister like a Abjuration Nation operative?
Yeah.
Might be a good lead.
And also abjuration as protection spells. I could always use more of those.
Agreed.
He was like, I am tired of getting the shit kicked out.
Ow.
So now the Abjuration Nation borders the Illusion Nation, right?
Yep. Yep, it's your eastern border.
Yeah.
It separates you really from the Evocation Nation.
Yeah. So that would be also prudent there to see if we can't bolster that buffer between the Evoker Nation and...
It's also your only source of healing potions.
Other than that Fame of Granite.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was on the border, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that's the move, is the Abjuration Nation.
Dun-dun-dun. Sounds like a plan, Stan.
This concludes this episode of A Fool's Quest. Join us next time for more fun and daring adventure. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, review, and comment on your favorite platform to listen to A Fool's Quest.